Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. Welcome to the first episode of GK to 1K. We are going to be laddering with my favorite archetype of all time, and that is Gravekeepers. And I believe it is a very underrated one in GOAT format. I think we can actually get this one to push to 1K. For those of you who watched the Pac-Man to 1K series, you know we started sort of midway through the season. We weren't able to really get that high on the ladder, but I believe Gravekeepers is actually good enough to get up to that goal of 1,000 on the Dueling Book rated ladder. So I actually, even though it's my favorite archetype, I don't have a ton of experience with Gravekeepers in GOAT format. I know I've got a couple of videos on the channel. I've played around with it here and there. I did a little bit of testing with some builds before I decided to land on Gravekeepers for this ladder series, but we're gonna be figuring out. We're gonna be trying a whole bunch of lists. We're gonna be trying some Royal Tributes. We're gonna be trying some Warrior lists. Maybe even venture into like Gravekeeper Burn and some stuff like that. But here, we just kind of got a little bit of a mid-rangey list, something I've been working on, been doing pretty well with on some other accounts on the ladder. But yeah, this is where we're gonna start. Pretty tame, but we do have an entire season ahead of us this time, so we can branch out a little bit more, I believe, than we did in the Pac-Man series. We have 3 copies of Gravekeeper Spy, 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Assailant. I know in one video that I posted, a lot of people came in and said that I should be playing 3 Spear Soldier and fewer Gravekeeper's Assailant, because that's kind of what people have done in the past. And, well, you know, people did that in the past because people didn't play Gravekeeper Spy everywhere in every deck in the past. Gravekeeper Spy is everywhere, so I do think Assailant is the better choice now. This card just murders spies. And, you know, if you're playing Necro Valley, sometimes your deck can struggle with Spy a little bit. It does get boosted up to a 2,500 defense. It can wall up everything. So going with 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Assailant here and only 1 copy of Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. We do have a second in the side for those pesky GOAT decks, but just opting for a ratio of 3 to 1 right now. We'll be playing around with that in the future, of course, as we figure out things, test out cards more, and get a bigger sample size. We have 1 Gravekeeper's Guard because, you know, cards are just good, especially in tandem with Tsukuyomi, which just goes nuts in this deck. We have 1 copy of Gravekeeper's Chief. Alethea put me onto this, I guess indirectly. I didn't actually talk to Alethea. But in the Gravekeeper's video that is on the GOAT format official channel, he's like, you know, this card's actually not that bad. You just tribute off a Gravekeeper monster, summon it, now you've got this big 2,400 beater, and you get your monster back. So, Gravekeeper's Chief, one that I definitely want to play around with. It can be a little bricky sometimes. It's definitely not the best. Maybe we just want a second Spear Soldier, second Guard, something like that in the deck. But yeah, for now, we're going to play some Gravekeeper's Chief. We got 3 copies of Mystic Tomato in this list. Basically, this list is sort of aimed at beating the aggro decks a little bit more. It still has, you know, its things against Turbo, like you just have Necro Valley, which is good against Turbo and stuff like that. But wanted to try out the max number of Mystic Tomatoes, basically, just kind of see how good this card is. You can get Spy off of it, you can get Assailant, Spear Soldier, Guard, Newdoria, Sangan. Mystic Tomato seems to be a pretty powerful card in these lists, and I think one thing that's a little underrated about this card, especially in these Gravekeepers lists, is this is your bluff. So you need to be very careful with Gravekeeper Spy and setting it early on, because if you get knocked, that's a big deal in this deck. So Mystic Tomato is a good card to set, because you can get its effect off, you can get some value out of it, or if your opponent does have the knock to take out the tomato, it's not really that big of a deal. So we wanted to try out Tomato at 3, and that's where we're going to go for this list. To go with the tomatoes, we have Newdoria. This basically came from Pikatron's Chaos Warrior list, actually. Him talking it up made me want to try it here, since I'm already playing 3 tomatoes. May as well give it a shot, and, you know, I love this card. It also allows me to put a creature swap in the deck. So one of the problems with Gravekeepers is if you don't have the Necro Valley, and you'll see I'm only playing 2 Necro Valley, 1 Terraforming in this list, is the monsters sometimes, like Assailant, it's just a 1,500 vanilla beater without Necro Valley. Spear Soldier, only 1,500 beater. You need some way to make those live outside of the Necro Valley. So creature swap is sort of my way of doing that. We can give one of the dead Gravekeepers, we can give a Tomato, Newdoria, Tsukuyomi, Sangan, and Newdoria just makes that a whole lot better. So added the Newdoria to the list. Like I said, Tsukuyomi just goes wild. Flip up Spy every single turn, get another Gravekeeper, you're going to kill your opponent very, very quickly. Can also, loop with guard, which is pretty nice. So Tsukuyomi definitely has a place in this list. There could be lists in the future that actually play more than one Tsukuyomi. I'm definitely not opposed to that. And then, of course, we have Sangan, Tribe, and Breaker as good cards. Like I said earlier, playing a split of 2 Necro Valley, 1 Terraforming. This deck's not playing Royal Tribute, so it's not, like, over-reliant on Necro Valley. The only card that doesn't actually do anything without the Necro Valley is Gravekeeper's Assailant, so I opted to just kind of cut down the Necro Valley package a little bit. We still kind of sort of have 3, Terraforming being our 3rd copy, so it's tested pretty well for me. You're just not overly reliant on this package, so cutting it down to a minimum and keeping it sort of as consistent as possible makes a whole lot of sense to me. Of course, we have Trinity here, and then we've got 2 Noblemen of Crossouts, 2 Book of Moons. Just like Pac-Man, Book of Moon goes hard in this deck. Of course, you've got, Gravekeeper's Spy, Gravekeeper's Guard. You really want to protect those, and, getting their flip effects off multiple times is pretty good. And also, if you're summoning Spy off of Tomato, it's good to be able to flip it down. Same with summoning it off of Gravekeeper's Chief. Book of Moon, just very good in your Spy-centric deck. And then we've got the good cards, Snatch, Steal, Heavy Storm, MST, and the Creature Swap. For traps, we have 3 copies of Solemn Judgment, 2 copies of Sakuretsu Armor, 2 copies of Rite of Spirit, which at first I was like, this card's actually probably not that good. I'm not even going to play it. And a lot of builds, I just didn't test it at all. And then in preparation for starting this series, playing around with this build of the deck a little bit, started playing some Rite of Spirits, and they've impressed me. So I've actually bumped the number up to 2. What I really like about this card is it's not tied to the monster like Call of the Haunted and Premature Burial. It just brings it back. And then your opponent doesn't have MST, Dust Tornado, Heavy Storm as an out to that monster. They just have to kill the monster through normal monster killing ways. And then we've got a Mirror Force and a Ring of Destruction. You really don't want Torrential in this deck. Known Torrential hater here. You all know that. For the side, we've got a couple copies of Mobius. You can definitely play some number of Monarchs in these decks because, you're playing Mystic Tomato, Spy, all that good stuff. Get a lot of floaters going on. We have our 2nd copy of Spear Soldier for the Scapegoat decks. Spirit Reaper is a card that, Mystic Tomato can grab. Pretty good against the Warrior deck. Cannon Soldier, good against Burn. We can get rid of those Ojama tokens. Love this card. We've got 2 Mystic Walks for Burn, 3 whole copies of Mind Control. So this deck eats Gravekeeper Spies with Mind Control. Pretty awesome. So I'm just bumping this up to 3, seeing how it goes. Maybe that might be overkill, but that's where we're starting. We've got 1 copy of Smashing Ground. We have our 3rd copy of Book of Moon, Sakuretsu, Dust Tornado, and a 7 Tools of the Bandit, which I've been very impressed with in my recent Warrior testing. So that is going to be the deck. Just like the Pac-Man series, you're going to be seeing every single match that I play on this ladder grind. You're going to see all of the misplays, all the mistakes, all the frustration, all of that good stuff. It's all going to come out, and we're going to have a good time. And there's not going to be, really any editing. This is just kind of like the fun, here's what it is. You get to see it all in real time, nothing cut out, all that good stuff. So, going to be a laid-back series. I'm going to be recording these a lot at a time. We'll get into, my plans for the channel and stuff in some other thing. I know I've already talked for, 8.5 minutes to start the video. So I'm sure you all are tired of me yapping. We're not going to do, full deck profile in every single video like this. We're going to kind of just, do what we did in the Pac-Man series, go over the changes that we made to the deck and stuff like that, and talk about the finer points. But for the first video, wanted to show, how the base came together for this, where we are, and where we are going to go from there. So decided to go fully in depth on the deck. But yeah, let's get this started. Let's get some wins. Get up there to one Thay? Putting 1,000 and K together? Yeah, let's get up to one Thay on the ladder. Okay, we've got our first victim here. Where's my... I wanted to show off that I had a randomizer for RPS, but sometimes it just doesn't work whenever I pull this stuff up. Man, that's upsetting. We're not going Paper Gang every time this time, so we're going to lead on a bit of Rock, and, just immediately punished for words. Forsaking my Paper Gang strats. There we go. So, just like the Pac-Man series, we're just going to kind of play as many matches as I want to in these videos. We had some 3-hour matches, or 3-hour episodes. We had some Well, we had one episode with only one match because of the malicious AFK. But yeah, we're going to have some fun. It's going to be a laid-back time. I think here I could Mystic Tomato creature swap, but I kind of don't want to creature swap the first thing. I kind of don't want to knock the first thing either, but yeah, I'm just going to summon out the tomato. I don't think I need to Necro Valley yet either. We'll just kind of see what's up. I think I'm actually just going to knock this. Sure. We'll just get it out of the way. DD Warrior Lady. Never mind, that is one... Well, actually, yeah, that's one I would have liked to have taken. Obviously, I would have had to have attacked the Mystic Tomato with Gravekeeper's Assailant, but it looks like we're playing against Warriors. Unfortunately, we lose the Tomato there. I don't feel the need to play out the Necro Valley, really. I'm just going to pass the turn. We've got a pretty good hand here against Warriors. Assailant plus Necro Valley can go pretty hard. Tribe is, obviously pretty good against Warriors. Creature Swap pretty good against Warriors. But losing the Tomato there, not ideal. I do think I am supposed to attack, but let's see. Terraforming, not great for sure. But opponent sets another monster. It's kind of weird. That could be, I guess the DD Warrior Lady could be like a bluff. This could be like a spy or something. Who knows? I'm just going to play out the Assailant. We're just going to go attack mode here. And I'm going to Terraforming first before I play this other Necro Valley. Just so the opponent doesn't have information that I have 2 in hand. And we'll slam down the Necro Valley. Oh, it's going to get Solemn Judgmented. Let's go. Double Necro Valley in here for the win. Alright, let's attack with our Assailant. And see what is up here. Magician of Faith. We got it. Yeah. Oh, they didn't have a... they didn't have a spell anyway. Okay. So the Moth's gone. We cleared a DD Warrior Lady. We're going to get duoed off the top. That's unfortunate, but our opponent can't hit us with a Chaos Monster. This is fine. Oh, they have a knock? Alright. I thought we were in a good position. I was all happy, and I'm like, yeah, we've got this going, and then the opponent just kind of like rips. That's okay. Set our Solemn Judgment here, pretty good. Pot of Greed. Yeah, the opponents had some good draws the last couple of turns. I guess the good news is we did draw out a knock here, so I'm actually just going to let this Gravekeeper Spy go, and I'm going to take the 1700. I've got a lot of monsters that can attack over this, and we have protection with Solemn Judgment. I may have to Solemn the Tsukuyomi, though. Saku. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm going to Solemn the Tsukuyomi. And then we can Saku this Spy if we need to. We go down to 3,500 if they attack. Oh, we're going to Tribute for Jinzo? No. No, you don't get to have that. Alright. We pick up a +1 there. Which is a good way to claw back into this. We know the opponent has Tsukuyomi. Guard is a pretty good draw. It's not really offense. I guess it could be offense here, but I think I'm just going to set it. Opponent has Tsukuyomi. I don't really need to attack into a trap. Exiled Force. That's fine, too. Just kind of trade 1 for 1. We didn't get in the 1,500 damage, but that's okay. Nobleman of Crossout. I don't need to set this. Duo's already gone. I don't need to play more into Heavy Storm and give the opponent an actual plus off of it. Deco. Sure. I'm going to Saku that, because I don't want to deal with, the Tsukuyomi, and I don't really want to go to 1,200 life points. Here's my Tsukuyomi. Okay. Yeah, I'll set it. Hopefully we can draw into a Spy or something soon. Heavy. Oh no, we have a Chaos Monster? Yeah, okay. I mean... Yep. Unfortunately, we lose our Tsukuyomi while we have Tsukuyomi knock. Okay, I mean... It do be what it be here, I guess. Let's set Rite of Spirit. We'll set knock. Maybe the opponent... I didn't shuffle my hand. Maybe that's enough to deter the opponent from attacking. It is not. I'm not going to Rite of Spirit. Obviously, that doesn't do anything, and it gives away information that we have Rite of Spirit, so... Interesting deck over there. We've got some stuff. But looks like these Mind Controls are going to be quite good, and honestly, that might be the only thing I bring in here. I think we can trim down on a tomato. That seems fine to me. Creature swaps still actually looking pretty good here. Maybe the Book of Moons aren't amazing. Maybe we just make those swaps, call it a day. We could bring in... They showed Solemn. So 7 tools could be good. Maybe we just cut a Rite of Spirit. I don't hate that. Yeah, let's just run it like that. See where it gets us. I feel like I could have made the creature swap play on turn 1. Maybe I should have done that over the knock. Not sure. This is an interesting hand. This makes me want to play out the Spy and then just Judgment the knock if they have it. I could also set Tsukuyomi, just protect it with Saku. Maybe I do that. Yeah, let's set the Tsukuyomi. And I do want to protect it with Saku, and I think I'm going to get the Solemn Judgment down, so yeah, I'm just going to set all of these cards. I know this makes the Heavy Storm, like, not as good on turn 2 if I want to use it on turn 2, but there's a likelihood I don't even want to do that. If the opponent has Heavy Storm, cool. We've got the Judgment to make up for that. Right into Pot of Greed. Yep, sure. Okay. Glad I set the Tsukuyomi, because it's going to go ahead and get knocked here into Sangan. Yeah, that's a little bit of an annoying one whenever we've got the Sakuretsu armor here, but that's okay. The opponent has Thunder Dragons, pretty good. Would love to get into a Necro Valley here, obviously. Because the opponent can set up Chaos on the next turn. They can just tribute over the Sangan. 7 tools could be good. Let's set the Gravekeeper Spy. We're going to set the 7 tools. Just going to pass the turn. See what the opponent's got. I have a little bit of a cold again. I don't know if that's coming through in my voice. I know, like, I was about to start ramping up. Do I Saku this? Opponent has Jinzo. I kind of want to just Saku it. Yeah. It's probably one of our best targets for Saku here. Oh, they're going to Judgment. Interesting. Kind of weird, but like I kind of want to pressure back. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to 7 tools the Solemn Judgment. And like on the next turn I can flip Spy. Go get something else, tribute the Spy for Gravekeeper's Chief, get the Spy back. And then I've got a whole lot of pressure, and I've got this Heavy Storm. Oh, Breaker. Breaker's pretty good too. So we know there are 2 copies of Thunder Dragon in hand. Summoning Breaker plays into Torrential, so I kind of just want to flip Heavy Storm. If I flip this, it's 9 plus 12 plus 15. 27, 36. That's not quite lethal, man. That sucks. Really needed a Necro Valley here. I guess I am just going to go in for what damage I can get. So let's just flip up the Heavy Storm. Get this out of here. Prima. Interesting. Okay. So we know about 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. We're just kind of going all in here. Let's go grab Spear Soldier in case the opponent just has like a set monster or something for the next turn. That way we've got some piercing going here. And then we can just tribute off the Spy for Chief. Go get our Spy back. And then we'll see what they get off of the Sangan. But like I said before, they could have set up Chaos anyway, so putting the Dark in the graveyard here I don't think is really that consequential. We do lose to a BLS, but, you know, there's not really much we can do about that at this point. They do get a Spy, which we currently can't clear, but, you know, opponent's at 400. Maybe we draw into something. Maybe we get another knock. Mind Control. We have 3 Mind Controls in the deck. We'll see. But I would presume that is a Gravekeeper Spy that is set, so it can protect the opponent from dying here. But I think... No, I guess I don't attack it. because I really don't want them to get another spy, right? Okay. I'm just going to set Mirror Force. I don't think I need to play out the breaker here. If it's Torrential... No, I don't need to just break a random card, I don't think. Yeah, let's just put our spy in defense and pass the turn. This, I'd imagine, would favor the opponent, the sort of draw-go thing. Oh, Snatch. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you can have a Chief. That's fine. It's going to take the 400 here. We're in ring range, but... Oh, they're going to tribute it off for a set. Oh, so that's Thunder Dragon. Okay, okay. Another spy. I want them... Man, I can't even kill. Like, if they flip Thunder Dragon and I attack over it with Breaker, I can't even kill there. So I guess I'm just going to set Spy here. Build up the wall. We also have this Mirror Force to wall up the opponent, but, I mean, the opponent's just drawing into Ring here. Sangan. Alright. Yeah, continue building the wall. Oh, the opponent's not drawn into Ring here. Ring would be a draw, of course. The opponent is at 400. Okay, they've got a breaker. They're going to take out our Mirror Force, which is unfortunate, but it's not really the end of the world. You know, we have all of these oh, no! Attack this one! Alright. Sangan out of here. What do I want to get? I could get Guard, but I don't really think that's it. Probably just get Newdoria. I can blow up their spy if they attack over it. That seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, let's just get Newdoria. This also maybe makes them want to... Ooh, Solemn Judgment. That's a good one. Maybe makes them want to attack this one. Thinking that this is Newdoria that I'm going to be setting. So let's just set the Newdoria, set Solemn Judgment, pass the turn. Let's see where this goes. BLS is very bad for me here, obviously. Well, I guess I just Solemn the BLS, right? Here comes the Chaos Monster. Yeah, it's BLS. Alright. Do you have Solemn back, opponent? No. Alright, cool. We clear the BLS, which is great. I have Call of the Haunted. You can't... Cannot summon the BLS with Call of the Haunted here. Can get DD Warrior Lady. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so they're not going to do any of their plays, which is interesting. MST. Okay, well. We know that this is a Call of the Haunted. Do I want to summon Breaker and start attacking, is the question. We know this is a Thunder Dragon. This is probably Spy. We know this is a Night Assailant. Thank you, opponent. I could summon Breaker, break this back row, start attacking a little bit, sort of, you know, like, break down the field. Snatch is already gone, so I don't really know why I need to hold the Breaker here. I guess Torrential plus Monster Follow-Up would be a disaster, but we know this is Thunder Dragon in hand, so I'm not super worried about that. I'm just going to go ahead and break the not call. Scapegoat. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's just go to battle. Do we want to attack over Breaker? Or the Thunder Dragon? Yeah, let's just attack over the Breaker. It's fine. And we'll set the MST, pass the turn. So if we can clear this Spy, we can clear the rest of the board. Yep, there's the Graceful. Pretty good draw there. Where's my Trinity? Come on. Come on, deck. Oh, there's the Duo. Uh-huh. We ditched that last Thunder Dragon, so we don't know anything in their hand. This is a random face down. Terraforming. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we should win this game now, right? Yeah. Make sure... Yeah, we haven't seen any Necro Valleys. Okay, yep. The game has ended. Alright, terraforming, come on down. Necro Valley. Oh, wait. If I attack into Spy, I need to make sure I don't die. Crap, I can't win. I can't win yet? No, because I only have one Spear Soldier? Alright, everybody telling me that I need the Spear Soldier. Oh, wait. We'll play out the Necro Valley? No, they're not activating Call. I guess I could chain it to Necro Valley. See if they chain the Call. They don't. Okay. So, Spy is large. But so is their Spy. And that's the problem here. Because if I attack it with the Breaker, then I die. But I need the Necro Valley to get to... I guess I could just go grab Assailant and attack the Spy. Like, I can't flip it now, but I could flip it next turn? Yee. 1,700. How likely am I to die? Probably not that likely, right? And let's just flip up Spy. Go ahead and go get Assailant here. Oh, no, I can't really attack the Spy this turn, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, we can work on getting rid of a little bit of their board here. I believe that this is a Thunder Dragon, so I'll just attack this with Spy. This is Knight Assailant, but they can't really afford to flip it. So I'm just going to attack this one. Dekoichi, okay. Get a draw, no big deal. And yeah, they can't really afford to flip Knight Assailant, so let's just go to main. Let's put Breaker in defense past the turn. Because if they summon Jinzo, that would be enough to kill me over the Breaker. Okay, they set a couple of back row, set another monster. Okay. Knock. Beautiful. Okay. I didn't activate the MST there. That was a mistake. What I had in my mind was I want to save it for the Call of the Haunted that I know about, but I guess it's not really that consequential. Just hit something random here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and MST here. Judgment, you say? Okay. Well, I'm going to put Spy in defense position, I think. And I'm just going to attack into this new set. Deco. Okay. So we know this is Spy. We know this is Knight Assailant. What would they protect like that? That's kind of interesting. I don't think I even want to knock here, really. But I guess I don't want the opponent to get to another Spy, right? So, yeah, let's just go ahead and knock the Spy, get it out of the way. We only have one Spy left in the deck, so it's not really that bad for us. We still have all 3 copies of Mind Control here. Opponent only on 2 Spies unless they just drew a Spy off of the Deco. Maybe I was supposed to knock first just in case it was Deco and get behind that. Still learning this deck a little bit. Oh. No! It was Torrential? Oh, no. Summon a monster. Set a monster? Okay. Do I want to attack that with Tomato? What is that? Like, what couldn't kill me? It's got to be another Knight Assailant or a Serpent or something, right? So, yeah, I'm just gonna attack it. Screw it. If it's a Knight Assailant, yep. And kill the Tomato. No monster, please? Another set. Alright. That's gotta be Serpent, I would imagine, right? We play on. What a match. It's been a lot of fun. Exile Force, okay. I'm sure there were things I could have done differently here at some point. I did play this game very conservatively, I guess. Creature swap. No, no. Alright, come on. No monster one more time. Yes, let's go. Moth. Okay, that makes sense as well. We're down to 500. Monster, 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 monster. Oh, no. The mind control. All right, all right, all right. We'll set it. Pass the turn. I don't think it's looking good for us here. Yeah, Blade Knight? Okay. So this is Chaos Warrior. Yeah. Just interesting with a flip sort of Chaos Warrior-y thing. All right. We'll admit defeat. We're out of here. Unfortunately, we're going to drop down to 99 on the little ELO chart. The Moki Moki is going to be going down, unfortunately. It's actually off the screen. That's so funny. Yeah, probably definitely some things I could have done differently here. Like I said, I'm still learning the deck a little bit. Maybe I was supposed to play a little bit more aggressive, but like, I don't know how I was supposed to get over that spy there. It's kind of impressive. We got massively outdrawn too. The opponent they didn't activate the duo, but they saw all 3 pieces of Trinity. We didn't see any in that game. Complaint equity. That's what we're here for, right? That's okay. Like turn 1, I could have made the creature swap play on the DD Warrior Lady. Maybe that changes things a little bit. I didn't MST in my opponent's in phase. That's okay. That was the big mistake. That probably would have won me the game. That absolutely would have won me the game. If I had MST'd on my opponent's instep and hit that Torrential. Now, granted, I don't have the information that is Torrential. It is still sort of like a coin flip there, but had I MST'd and picked the Torrential, I would have won the game. So, yeah, maybe that misplay is what got me. Okay. Yeah, I just had in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to save this for the Call of the Haunted or something, but like Snatch Steal was already gone. The Call of the Haunted was taken care of by Necro Valley, so really, what am I saving that MST for? Probably just throw it off. Would have gotten lucky and picked the correct card and would have won the game, but, you know, that's how it is. We're at 99. That's okay. We got time to bounce back. Let's get another one. All right, second match. That was actually a pretty long one. Went for like a little over 20 minutes. Really fun match. Unfortunate that I made, you know, an error that cost me that second game, but that's okay. It's okay. Here, pretty good hand. I think I'm actually, well, pretty good hand for not playing against Warrior or Earth Aggro, I guess. I think I'm just going to lead on set Mystic Tomato and pass. Try to draw out the knock. I'm going to keep my guard in hand because I do have this Book of Moon. And guard can be a pretty good card. Yep, there's the knock. Very nice. Spies. No. Yeah. Okay. Well, I said if we weren't playing against Warrior, these knocks would be good. But here we are. Yep, we're going to lose the guard. Unfortunate, but we do have Spy. So not all is lost. Spy, obviously very good against the Warrior deck. Second Spy. Okay. So we have a little bit of second knock protection, which is pretty nice. Let's set Spy, and I kind of just want to run out both of these knocks. Is that crazy? The opponent could have a Sasuke follow-up here. Yeah, I'll set a knock. I'm going to set a Book of Moon as well. So Sasuke, please hit the knock. Why are we rolling for Dust Tornado? Alright, we got value out of knock against Warriors. Love that. You can get value out of knock in this matchup. With this deck, of course, do have the Book of Moon, do have the Tsukiyomi, but generally, knock's not really going to get you there. Okay, well, this is also going to help against level 2, if that's what they go for. If they go for Exiled Force, ugh. We have to make a decision about Donald. But, and not looking... Alright, they did go level 2. Good. Hopefully that's not Judgment back up. But we're definitely going to Book of Moon this level 2. We can see if we want to get aggressive here. We could just knock it, though. Get the value, keep our Spy set. We could also summon Spear Soldier and run over it. I don't hate that. Could also get aggressive, but I don't think I need to play into Mirror Force here, right? I don't know, maybe I'm playing too conservatively again? I just don't think so. I think this deck wins the long game against Warrior with having double Spy and all that good stuff, but yeah, I'll summon out Spear Soldier. This runs into Torrential, but like, it's still a -1 for the opponent, so it's not the end of the world. And if this eats a Sakuretsu armor or a Mirror Force, yeah, okay. That works for me. I'll just go ahead and knock this level 2. Get it out of here. So, we're still down on cards here, but, you know, we've got the Great Wall of Spy here. Yeah, play a Blade Knight, that's fine with me. Yep, it's up to 2k. So is my Gravekeeper Spy. Here it is. Can't Divine Wrath me because you just set that card. I'm just gonna go get another Spy. Set it in defense. We're gonna build the wall. Probably gonna set this other Spy. Tomato? Tomato's pretty good here. So Tomato can just like trade with Dawn. As long as that's not like a Sakuretsu or something. It very well could be. But yeah, let's go the Tomato route. Get something going here. Maybe clear the board a little bit. Maybe we can start attacking in with some like 1 Spy or something. Yes. All right. Let's go Mystic Tomato. Oh, I could get well, Sangan's not really that great. Let's just get the Nidorya, right? He is here. He is now. Oh, man, I don't want to put the light in the opponent's graveyard. Maybe I should have thought about that a little bit. Yeah, I should have thought about that. But, yeah, let's just get in there. At this point, they could just attack into the Nidorya, so we'll just get rid of the Blade Knight. Hopefully this isn't exactly BLS in our opponent's hand. Definitely don't have a read on it yet. If it is BLS, we're going to lose the game, but we'll call that a misplay, I suppose. Do I attack with both Spies? Probably do with the Sakuretsu and another Spy backup. Yeah, Mirror Force is gone. Why not? It is crunch time. Get in there, my Gravekeeper Spies. Call of the Haunted, okay? Sure. So get your Blade Knight back. I can Saku that. Worst case, they have, like, something for the Saku. I lose 1 Spy. It's fine. I still have 2 more. Alright, set Saku past the turn. They do have something for the Saku, okay. I guess worst case, I'm going to lose 2 Spies here. So I think it's probably fine to just go ahead and attack with both of them. Mirror Force is gone. Just start getting a clock on the warrior deck. See what happens here. Hopefully they don't have another monster. That'd be ideal. They did check out the graveyard there. Maybe they drew into BLS this turn. Should be a little annoying. Kaiku. Okay. Well, I'm going to lose both of the Spies, I guess. Opponent was probably thinking of whether or not they wanted to attack this face-down monster with the single Blade Knight or take out the Spies. Okay. I've played myself into a bad position again. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna pass the turn. Man, rough start for GK to 1k here. Attacking with those Spies really didn't work out. Maybe... I have to go get an Assailant here. I can get Chief. No, I can't get Chief. 500 or less attack. What am I talking about? Why am I thinking it's defense? Clearly it's not, because Spy can grab another Spy. I'm thinking a Pyramid Turtle. Grabbing a zombie with 2,000 or less defense. Okay, Book of Moon. Book of Moon, not bad. I don't know if it's worth... Yeah, it's not really worth doing anything with the Book of Moon right here, though. I guess I could set it just in case of Snatch Steal. Pass the turn. I'd much rather set my Gravekeeper Spy than have it snatched and just immediately die. It seems more advantageous to not lose the game. Okay, Graceful Charity. There we go. Delicious. Finally, some Trinity. Alright, let's play the Grace, see if they've got a Judgment for it. Pretty good time to Judgment, yeah. Alright. We lose our Graceful Charity. The opponent loses 4,000 life points. We pass the turn. What else you got? Mirror Force. There we go. There we go. Delicious. One Dust Tornado's gone. Solemn's gone. MST's gone. I still don't think I need to play this, like, aggressively. set Mirror Force. I might set Assailant to bait him into an attack here. Sure. This needs to be like exactly Solemn Judgment, or like if they have a 7 tools in the main, that'd be cool. Something like that, but yeah. We'll get this board cleared here with the Mirror Force. Get those out of here. Call of Hana goes away as well. We really need a Necro Valley. Or a Pot of Greed. I'll accept Pot of Greed too. No complaint equity here. Alright, you got another Judgment? No? Alright, 4,000. We do have... Oh. We do have Lethal here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, got hit by the Torrential. Maybe it was probably too aggressive to go for that, but you know, I saw the lethal. I wanted to go for it. Like the only card there that really like super punishes me is Torrential. So, but the opponent had it. They had the Torrential. They had the Mirror Force in the top half of their deck. Cool. I'm just gonna take the 2,000 here and hope to draw something that can deal with this. All right, Saku can deal with Blade Knight. Let's get to keep my Book of Moon, which is pretty nice. I don't get to keep my Saku, unless... What are we hitting? Okay. A lot of people, like, don't click on the card. They're just like, you should know which one I'm hitting, but no, that's a very relevant Dust Tornado there. I don't know if that's what they were doing, but... Breaker? No, we're going to Book of Moon that. Alright, take our 2K and terraforming. Alright. I will set it and hope that that is a deterrent from attacks, but I think we're probably going to lose this game 1 here. Yeah, flip up Breaker. Just play into Torrential. That's fine. Okay. I actually kind of like Mobius here. I know I don't like it in the Warrior Mirror, but it seems pretty decent here. We can definitely side out like Assailant, Spear Soldier. Those aren't amazing. We can get rid of the Nox, of course. Creature Swap is pretty good here. Maybe we actually don't bring in the Book of Moon. I do like Rite of Spirits. I like Saku, obviously, all of the removal. It's pretty good. Removing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. So I need to find 3 more cuts. Okay. Maybe we just cut down on, like, the other Assailant and Chief. And we're kind of just going into, like... You don't bring in the Smashing Ground as well. Yeah. I think I'm okay with this. We could cut... No, I'm going to leave in the Necro Valley. Necro Valley's still good against any, like, Magician of Fate they might bring in. It's good against the BLS, stuff like that, so... got a little aggressive there in that game 1. Did not pay off. I knew, you know, obviously Torrential's probably just going to lose me the game, and maybe because of that I'm not supposed to activate it, so... Maybe a little bit of sloppy play to start the series, sorry about that, but, you know... Out here having fun with Gravekeepers. Like I said, I'm still learning the deck as well. I've been playing a lot of FTK stuff. I gotta I gotta remind myself how to like actually play interactive games of Yu-Gi-Oh here. But this is okay. We've got Duo, Pot of Greed. May Trinity lead us home. Yeah, I'll lead on Tomat. I think, like, I've already got my best like tomato things here. So yeah, let's just lead on the Tomat. I'm gonna play out the Necro Valley because I'm not playing into Heavy Storm anyway, and I don't want them to be able to Prima this Mystic Swordsman level 2. If I lose my first 2 matches, I'm gonna be very sad. But probably no. Oh well. We can go get Spy here, and we can just kind of wall this up till the end of time. I think that's what I'm going to do. Could get Assailant. But I think Spy is pretty good here too. Yeah, let's just get Spy. It does not die. No, 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 no. Does not die. I believe I'm probably going to have to go get this ruling for the opponent. Yeah. Okay. Let's get that loaded up over here. Oh, okay. All right, the opponent's not making me get the ruling. Fantastic. Was on my way to get it, but, you know, that's fine. We didn't see a knock, so I kind of just want to set this other Spy, right? Put this in defense. Like, I could set Newdoria and kill the King Tiger or whatever, but I'm just going to set another Spy. Pass the turn. If they knock it, it's not really that big of a deal. We still have one Great Wall of Spy over here. MST, the Necro Valley. Okay. Well, the Spies are still large. I can still go get something that lives through King Tiger, because I do have this Assailant over here. The only problem is, you know, obviously Assailant's turned off now. But it's all right. Where's your King Tiger now? What has it done? I love this. I see King Tigers against this deck a lot, and they usually don't do anything. Now, if I didn't have the Necro Valley, you know, obviously it would have been a little potent there. But, ooh, a little Rite of Spirit. Oh, also what I like about Rite of Spirit that I neglected to mention in the deck profile is it can summon in defense position. So you can get your Spies back in defense, which can be pretty big. I think I'm actually just going to Snatch Steal this and attack with it. And Assailant. I can attack an Assailant into a Mirror Force here, right? It's fine with me. This is not like the best thing to Snatch Steal, but I do have Newdoria as a backup to take out anything else the opponent has. And, you know, this is a good chunk of 3,200 damage. This plays around Torrential. For those of you upset about me not playing around Torrential in the last game. Let's attack with the Assailant here. Okay. Do I want to set the Rite of Spirit? I don't have anything to get with it yet. So maybe I don't, actually. How would the opponent punish that? Like, they can Sasuke into one of the Spies, I guess. They could have Exile Force plus... No, Exile Force doesn't do anything because of King Tiger. Sure. I'm just not going to set it. Not load myself up into heavy. I'm actually proud of myself for sitting there and thinking that through of, like, how would this just, you know, innocuous setting of a trap card, how could that punish me? One of my biggest... we did it. One of my biggest, like, downfalls as a player is playing too quickly, not thinking through those, like, little bitty small plays that can make a huge difference. So I've been trying to work on that a little bit. It is still, you know, a little bit distracting whenever you're trying to be entertaining, and we're doing a little bit more of a casual series and stuff like that. So definitely mistakes are going to come through, and like, people make mistakes all the time. I'm not upset about the mistakes, keep talking about them, but I am trying to, you know, drill into my brain a little bit. Hey, think for just a second. Like, you don't have to sit there and tank over the Rite of Spirit for 2 minutes or anything absurd like that, but just think for a second on some plays that just seem like they don't really matter, and they may end up mattering, and you may save yourself. And the opponent did have the Heavy Storm there, so I get to keep the Rite of Spirit, which is pretty nice. Let's see. We can set Reaper, we can set Newdoria, we can do a whole lot of things here. We've got these walling up. I don't really need the Newdoria here. I could just set the Reaper. I'm just going to set the Reaper. I'll set Ring. Now I can set Rite of Spirit pretty safely. Heavy Storm's gone. It would be a nice card for them to Dust Tornado, or it would be nice for them to Dust Tornado that. Yeah. And let me keep my ring around. Here, Mirror Force isn't gone. Breaker. Okay. I do like me some Breaker here, actually. So, I could do the old summon attack. But maybe that's okay. They haven't shown a single battle trap. That's just going to get out of here, right? Okay, I'm just going to set Newdoria now. And then maybe that can clear the Blade Knight. Pot of Greed, sure. Really would like another Necro Valley here. Just protect me from potential BLS. Oh, a face down. I'm going to kill that. Yeah. All right, I'm going to hit this face down. Did you set your... Oh, set Donald. Okay. Interesting. I was going to say, did you set your Moth and then get it blown up by a random Newdoria? All right, let's slam down this Graceful Charity. Are we going to Solemn Judgment this? No? Okay. All right, well, we found our second Necro Valley, which is pretty nice here. We also found a Saku, which is pretty nice. Tribe is really good here. Tribe's okay here. Well, I do have Ring. Tribe pretty good. Let's get rid of Guard. Man, do I get rid of Breaker? I might. Tribe seems pretty good. Breaker... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Breaker. It's kind of interesting. I think I want to keep the Saku around. Heavy's gone. So, yeah, I can just go ahead and grab the other Necro Valley. Make my spies large. I can Rite of Spirit Assailant if I want to. But I don't think I want to. Yeah, I'm just going to play out the Necro Valley. I'm not going to Tribe this turn. Because I think we're fine. I want to keep my Sakuretsu is the thing. Maybe we Tribe next turn. Give the opponent the option to summon out another monster. And that way, if they Torrential... they're sort of on the back foot, because then we can Rite of Spirit back. Assailant? Yeah, I don't mind giving up a tomato here, I don't think. Sure, summon Tribe. If they negate it, it's fine. Alright, we will call a Warrior. Yeah, I think it's probably fine to just get that off the field. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Ring of Destruction this King Tiger. Sure, cool. We'll take 17. I'm going to attack with the Spirit Reaper. I'm going to leave the Spies in defense, because Mirror Force isn't gone. If I lose the Reaper, it's not really that big of a deal. I can protect my life points with Sakuretsu Armor. And if the attack goes through, it's huge. But, yeah, there's the Mirror Force. That's fine. Do I Rite of Spirit back the Assailant into Torrential is the question. I think the answer is no. I'm going to play around it this time, because, like, next turn I can just, like, attack with one of the Spies, or maybe I attack with both of them. I do have Rite of Spirit plus Sakuretsu. Mirror Force is gone. Oh, with Book of Moon? Yeah, we're attacking with both. Let's get in there. Go forth. Yeah, Saku. I'm just going to Book of Moon it. Build the wall. Opponent could definitely have Knock in hand. I think that's okay. I think I'm still just going to hold on the Rite of Spirit here. And I think I'm actually... Well, do I flip up the Spy? Now it gets a little bit more interesting. Oh, well, hello. Hello, Mr. Mobius. Fancy meeting you here. I am going to flip up the Spy now. Let's go get a little bit extra. If a Torrential comes down... So, do I even have a target? Yeah, I can get another Spy. Dust Tornado, the Necro Valley. Okay. Go grab me a Spy. This all good, or we have a Torrential Tribute? Because you're gonna need it. Yeah, let's go. We don't even get to summon the Mobius? Alright. Alright, picked up... No! Where are you going, opponent? Where are you going? Why'd you leave? We have a game 3 to play. Alright. If the opponent comes back, awesome. Look at this game 3. If not, you kind of talk about this here. As a calculated play into the Torrential in game 1, I'm not going to say that like it wasn't a mistake. Now, the MST was a mistake. I definitely should have MST taken out that Torrential, but maybe it was a mistake to play into the Torrential. When I did, I was just like, yeah, we've got lethal here. Torrential's the only thing that like super punishes me. Let's just go for it. If they have the Torrential, they have the Torrential. But maybe I wasn't, I definitely wasn't in a position where I had to make that choice. That is true, for sure. But, you know, sometimes I'm willing to live with those decisions. Definitely could have been a misplay. Super open to that. Probably going to be watching some of these matches back. I know I don't do a whole lot of editing in these series, just kind of keep it nice and casual and fun. But I definitely want to improve with the deck. Not be making those huge egregious errors, but definitely not using the MST on the opponent's instep. That was a misplay for sure. Lost me the game. So this one should have been a 2-0, but like I said, still learning the deck. Pretty happy with how I played around things there in game 2, I think. And yeah, we were able to take the win. And it looks like we're going to get the match. It's like the opponent's just not going to come back. So we take those points. We take those points. We are up to 114 on the ladder. Come back, Moki Moki. Get yourself up there. I know Moki Moki's not like Gravekeeper's themed or anything like that, but, you know, shout out to Petty for making this for me, actually. He, of course, has been doing the ladder series for a very long time on his channel, and I was like, you know what? Well, actually, that's not how it went at all. Petty's like, you need to do this. So, under duress and oppression from our petty bourgeoisie, I am here forcefully playing Gravekeepers to make you all happy. So, be happy. But, no. Yeah, he sent me over all this stuff. He's done all of the work on, like, this graphic that you see up here. I can actually put my mouse into there. Ha 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 ha. It's so small. It's so small, but it's circling the sun. He did this GK to 1K graphic. He's the one who sent me like the Excel sheet and all of that good stuff. So shout out to Petty. If you all haven't already, you all know him. Go subscribe to his channel. He's awesome. But Lord, this has already been a pretty long video, so we're gonna cut it there. Unfortunately, we lost our first match. Probably some mistakes in there. We definitely got outdrawn as well. But match number 2, we get a little bit of a rage quit here in game 3, but able to pick up the match. We won game 2. Should have won game 1. I'm done talking about my mistakes in this video. We're done. We'll see you all for the second episode.